After the group discovers Mr. Boddy's body in the ballroom, they head back to the lounge in silence. The rain continues to beat, and the fire in the lounge continues to crackle, with sudden bursts of lightning in the distance. Everyone is present in the lounge, except Professor Plum, who bursts through the door soaked head to foot.
It's no use. The rain is coming down harder than ever. The carriages must be trapped in the villages without a way out. We're stuck.
Stuck? That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. We're trapped with a murder on our hands. I'll be dead by morning.
No, Miss Peacock. I'm sure we'll all be fine if we just stay calm.
Don't treat me like a common worrywart, Colonel. My cousin is dead, and it's either one of you is the killer or we have a psychopath in the house.
That's impossible. We were all present in the dining room when the lights went out. It was so dark you could barely see past your own hand. Who would have been able to kill Mr. Boddy?
Anything is possible, Colonel. But the real question, if it is one of us, is how we will decide who killed him.
Well, I have my suspicions, and I wouldn't mind pointing a few fingers at some suspicious characters.
Mrs. Peacock glares at Mrs. White, who sits wiping her red eyes with a handkerchief across the room.
No, we must not bring mistrust into this situation. An entire platoon can be devastated from a single pointed finger. If you have the nerve to accuse one of us, you must have the evidence to prove it.
Pardon me, but we still haven't discussed the fact of the possible psychopath that could be roaming around the manor.
Quite right, Professor. We shall search the house immediately for the safety of the women. The Professor, Mr. Green, and myself will search the building for any trespassers and report back here as soon as possible.
Miss Scarlet, who had been sitting quietly during the entire conversation, shoots up at the statement.
Wait just a minute, Colonel Mustard. This is so stereotypical of men to leave and fight for the safety of their women. I had enough of that rubbish during the start of the war. If anyone is going to find the murder of my good friend, Mr. Boddy, then I'm going to be the one to do it.
Wait, Scarlet.
Professor Plum stumbles after Scarlet out of the lounge.
Don't think you can leave without me. I could be attacked and killed without you, Colonel. Don't leave me to die with a blind maid and the fire as my only companion.
Compose yourself, my dear. I will gladly bring you with me. I guess if I'm going with Miss Peacock, then you must go with Miss White, Mr. Green.
I can't believe this is happening. What will we ever do?
Well, we can stop crying for one thing. If we won't accomplish anything with her crying. Take deep breaths, Mrs. White. Everything will be all right.
Mrs. White looks up from her handkerchief and towards Mr. Green with a small smile.
Thank you for being so kind, Mr. Green.
Well, off we go then. If you see or hear anything that could be dangerous, report back here or yell for one of us. We must all stay safe tonight, for if not, we could all be crossing the Jordan this evening.